What's up, VC? What's up, vinyl community? It's Dan hanging out with you, the Vinyl Geezer, for at least one more video. All right? I know it's crazy. 2 weeks, 2 videos in a row. Crazy stuff. Yeah, just trying to get my footing back in the vinyl community, trying to add something to the vinyl community. I've got some stuff that I'm thinking about, some stuff that's in the works, some stuff that's ringing around in the old noggin. Trying to figure out what's going on here in the next month or two. Trying to get my footing once again, and I just thought I'd do a random records video. So what I did was, I went to Discogs, I hit random item, and I let Discogs pick what I would talk about. And what you have is a 5-album snapshot of the Geezer's vinyl collection, which this is kind of a good sum up because you got a little bit of everything in here. Actually worked out pretty nicely. So, with no further ado, let's just talk about some records, guys, because that's what this is all about, right? This one I gave $1 for years ago. This was a buck. It's Rush's Permanent Waves. That's right. So what do we got on here? Free Will, Spirit of the Radio. Just to name a couple of songs. Why was this a buck? Because I think some kind of critter decided it would be a good idea to take a couple of bites out of this record. That's it. $1 because of that. Everything else fine. Vinyl pristine. I have shown this. I think I've shown this in albums that I paid $1 for. Old video I might have done like 3 or 4 years ago. But anyway, Rush's Permanent Waves. For $1, you say? Yes, for $1. Can't beat that. I'd buy that for $1. All right. So, you guys remember that? What was that? Is that RoboCop? Anyway. Moving on. Rush's Permanent Waves. Yeah, killer album. Great to find for $1. This one, unfortunately, did not cost me $1. It cost me about 40 of them. That would be Iron Maiden's. It's a 1986 record. Somewhere in time. The oft-times divisive record from our boys, Iron Maiden. And I do believe this was 1986 that it was made. If not, you feel free to flame me in the comments. Anyway, this actually has my second favorite Maiden song on it. That's Wasted Years. Of course, the title track, Somewhere in Time. Introduced some synthesizers. Everybody seems to complain about it, but they don't complain about the synths that we see on Seventh Son of a Seventh Son, which would follow this album to near critical acclaim, I think. A lot of people. I, however, love this record. Love everything about it. And the cover art. I mean, you just cannot beat it. So, I got this haul of a ton of Maiden records that I gave like $20 for like 30 records. And Iron Maiden, Killers, Power Slave, and Number of the Beast were all in this collection. So it kind of got me started. And that was like right at the beginning of COVID. It was a weird experience. Getting those records. The guy was cool, just kind of odd. But anyway, I managed to buy like 30 records for $20. It was crazy. And they were just beautiful. So I was very happy to add this one, and very happy to add, additionally, Peace of Mind, and of course, the creme de la creme to me, which is Iron Maiden's Seventh Son of a Seventh Son. Ha 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 ha. What an amazing record that is. Anyway, I don't even know what I'm doing here. All right, so we're going from Rush, Maiden, kind of in the same kind of thing. Then we're going to hop over, because this is what Discogs does to me, and we're going to talk about this one. Aha's Hunting High and Low. I bought this at Twist and Shout in Denver for $6. Long time ago. Quite a few years ago. What a phenomenal record. This, I'm telling you guys, it's way better than what you would think. Of course, there's the song that everybody knows, Take On Me. But there's some other songs on here, including the title track, Hunting High and Low, and Train of Thought, which I actually have. I have the Train of Thought 45. That's how much I love that song. And it's awesome. It kind of I don't know, man. This whole record, really, if you guys see this, and especially if you could find it for under $10, jump on it. Killer stuff. Killer stuff. Holds up very well. You know, Take On Me, I mean, it was probably inspired by Young Turks by Rod Stewart. You know, probably. Because it kind of has that same kind of beat, and it's kind of in the same, I don't know, it's similar keys. Anyway, and then Blinding Lights, of course, by The Weeknd. And, you know, I think that Aha is going to continue to inspire people. So, what a great record. Aha's Hunting High and Low. If you find Scoundrel Days, it's really good too. So, that would be the album that followed that one. Anyway, moving on, and we're kind of going into some Eno territory. Not necessarily Brian Eno music, but Brian Eno had something to do with it. So with these next two records. So that makes me question Discogs. Are you truly being random here? We're going to get into U2's The Unforgettable Fire from 1984. This would be their follow-up record to War, I believe. And the record that came out right before this was their live record, Under Blood Red Sky. U2, you would see them change kind of a little bit of this. They get a little more ambient, get a little more, I don't want to say disassociative, but kind of, how about dissonant, maybe, a little bit. Use of just open chords, atmosphere added to the music. Of course, the song Unforgettable Fire, magnificent sounding. And Pride in the Name of Love. Beautiful record. Coming from a U2 fan, and also recently just found Brian Eno. I dig Eno as well. So, and his contributions not only to Roxy Music, his solo contributions, and with his stuff that he did with Bowie and U2. I think that Eno, I think everybody, we should know more about Eno. I don't know. But I don't know. Anyway, U2's The Unforgettable Fire would be number 4. That was a random pick from Discogs RNG, their random number generator during with my collection, having to do with my collection. All right, so this next one I bought over the summer, and this is just something that you don't see very often, especially around here. And I found this at In the Groove in Jeff City, and it is Bauhaus's The Sky's Gone Out. You guys are going to go, no, that's like a white record. Well, this is the Canadian version, so it doesn't have the kind of eclipse sun that you might see. Is that what it is on the cover of it? It's kind of, I believe that's what it's going for. The Sky's Gone Out. But the thing that's cool about this, being a Canadian press, having different, and the cover's textured too, so it's kind of like a linen texture to the cover, but also maybe not linen, maybe more like a I don't know, maybe more like a pleather kind of texture to the cover. But what you get in here is not only the album The Sky's Gone Out, but you get a bonus 12-inch Bauhaus with them doing Ziggy Stardust, and also this album. So there's an Eno, kind of like 6 Degrees from Eno. There's an Eno collaboration there. Well, not collaboration, but a connection, if you will. But they also, Third Uncle, which is on Eno's second record, is the opening track on Bauhaus's The Sky's Gone Out. This is an album I haven't really listened too much of. I was kind of indisposed for a long time after I bought this record, so it's not one that I've had like a lot of time to like let it absorb into the geezer's head. But I will say that given this a couple of spins, the song Exquisite Corpse is pretty awesome. You got some nice weird backtracking, backmasking, backwards sounding stuff, and just kind of some crazy, like you guys play Diablo. Like, it's kind of got this guitar in it that kind of reminds me of that kind of dissonant guitar sounds of that you would find like in Diablo. Also, yeah, Third Uncle, what a banger to start this thing out. So yeah, the Bauhaus the sky's gone out. So that's it. We're keeping this at about 10 minutes. So yeah, just wanted to jump on, check in with you guys, kind of keep the channel rolling, so to speak, and just kind of try to get back into making videos once again, because the geezer needs something to occupy his mind, or the geezer starts going crazy. You know what I mean? A little bit of all work and no play make geezer a very, very dull boy. Anyway, so let's pick out a record that probably a lot of you guys have in your collections, and if you do, you know, maybe it's time to spin it. Here we go. Here's one for you guys. This was one of the first Discogs transactions I had. That's Hearts, self-titled. What is this? 1985 album? 1986 album? This is a killer record. You guys spin this one if you got it. You haven't spun it in a while, so there's a random record for you guys. Anyway, peace out, guys. I love you all. Take it easy. Hopefully you have a great week, and we'll check in with you next week. Talk to you later. Peace. Bye.